Hello and welcome back to my channel. Now today obviously Dad's not beside me, but he is going to join me because he's on the call. We don't live in the same house as you may think we do. I go up there 3 days a week, Thursday to Saturday. That's why the podcast he's in and the normal predictions he's in. However, there's midweek games this week, which means that I'm at my house and he's at his. So we are now talking over the call. How are you today, Dad?
Not too bad, mate. You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. It's nice weather back. Nice weather again this week. So without further ado, we'll get straight in with their Klassiker. We've got Borussia Dortmund facing Bayern Munich at home. Now, these two teams, first and second in the league, probably the best game of the season if you're watching as a neutral. It's got all the hype to live up to. Loads of people will be watching because they want to get their football fix. It is certain to be a very good game. If Dortmund win, they've got a very, very good chance of winning the league this season. If Bayern Munich win, I'd say it's all done and dusted there. But we'll start with the result. What have you gone for with this one?
I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, I've gone for a Dortmund win. I've gone for 2-1. Obviously, there's probably a bit of bias involved there. Me preferring Dortmund in Germany, so I've gone for a 2-1 win to Borussia Dortmund. Now we'll move on to Dad's German team.
They're at home.
Yeah, Dortmund are at home. Yeah. Now we'll move on to Dad's German team, Bayer Leverkusen, who face VfL Wolfsburg at home. Now, this is once again two teams. Leverkusen is probably the better team out of the two. What have you gone for this one?
2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen.
Well, I've taken a similar stance. I've just got one more goal going in for Leverkusen. I've gone 3-1 for Bayer Leverkusen. I think it's going to be convincing. I think you'll agree with me on that one, won't you? Yeah, so if it's a bit delayed, it's because it's the Wi-Fi.
Difference at the moment, obviously, but yeah, I think they'll.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the Battle of the Fs, as I like to call it. We've got Frankfort versus Freiburg. Frankfort as the home side. Once again, two evenly matched teams. I think there's not much split in these two. I've gone plain and simple 2-2. What have you gone for that one, Dad?
I've gone for a 1-0 draw, mate.
So we're both gone for draws, both gone for them being evenly matched sides. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Right, and now we'll go to Werder Bremen, who obviously you predicted to win last week, and they did so, which is quite surprising as they're bottom of the league. They won the game, they won it 1-0. They're now facing Mönchengladbach, who are a team that are closing in to pushing Dortmund maybe for second, pushing RB Leipzig for third. Mönchengladbach, very good side. I've gone for a Mönchengladbach 2-1 away win. I think even though Werder Bremen won last week and Mönchengladbach lost 3-1, I still think Mönchengladbach will have the edge on Werder Bremen in that game. How do you see this one going down?
I think it'll be a very tight game, but I've got Borussia Mönchengladbach to sneak it 1-0.
Fair enough.
I don't think there'll be a lot in it, but I've got them to win 1-0.
Yeah, we've both gone for the same goal difference there, with it going 1 to Mönchengladbach. And without further ado, we'll move on to a game contested by two sides that won heavily last week. RB Leipzig obviously winning 5-0 away from home, and Hertha Berlin winning 4-0 against their rivals. Now, I've seen this one as a game that's going to have lots of goals. I don't think there's going to be like one side that batters the other, so to speak, so it's not going to be like a 4-0 again. I've gone for 4-2 to RB Leipzig. This is the standout of the week for me. My game where I think loads of goals, good entertainment for the neutral. What have you gone for this one?
I think RB Leipzig will win 2-1. I think it'll be closer than what you think, but I think they'll win 2-1.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I've doubled your scoreline basically. But yeah, I think RB Leipzig definitely the better team. Even though Hertha won 4-0 last week, I reckon RB Leipzig edge it. Now moving on to Augsburg, who face Paderborn at home. Now Paderborn, obviously, I think they lost last week. They're near the bottom of the table. Augsburg obviously not far ahead of them, but I've predicted for Augsburg to beat them 2-1. I think that's a fair scoreline if you look at it as they're both kind of evenly matched. Paderborn probably slightly worse. So 2-1, box standard. That's what I've gone for. How about you, Dad? It's the problem of doing it on Wi-Fi.
Augsburg won last week, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think they'll win again. I think they'll win 2-0, mate.
Yep, I've gone 2-1, you've gone 2-0, both even scorelines. Now we'll move on to a team that I predicted to bounce back last weekend. I think you predicted the same, for them to get a win against, I think it was Augsburg, I'm not sure. I think Augsburg beat Schalke. So Schalke are away from home at Dusseldorf. I think they've got to bounce back at some point. I think they lost last weekend, which wasn't great, but I think they'll bounce back on Wednesday, and I reckon they'll beat Dusseldorf 2-1. What have you got that one?
I disagree.
Oh.
I think Dusseldorf will win 2-1.
Oh, so we're disagreeing on that one. Both were 2-1 scorelines, but we're both going with 2-1 to the opposite scenes. Right. Well, that's surprising. I thought you'd go Schalke as well, but you know you've got to have a punt at someone. And now we'll move on to, once again, a battle of two very evenly matched teams. We've got Hoffenheim, who face Cologne at home. I think two evenly matched teams. I've got it down as a draw. I've got it 1-0. What have you got it, Dad?
I've got Hoffenheim to win 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone 1-0 because I think they're both evenly matched teams. I think you would have gone 2-1 thinking both evenly matched teams, but you think that obviously Hoffenheim are going to edge it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Yeah. Now the last game of the weekend sees of the weekday sees Union Berlin take on Mainz at home. I think Union Berlin haven't had the best restart. They've lost both games, I think, to Bayern Munich and then to their fiercest rivals, Hertha Berlin. Losing 4-0 to your rivals, a lot of psychological issues that go on there. I think Mainz have come off the back of a win last weekend, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So I just think Mainz are going to edge it slightly and beat them 2-1. What have you gone for that one?
I've gone for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, once again, evenly matched teams, aren't they? So you can't really split them, but I've just picked one side and I think Mainz are going to edge it. Yeah. Anyway, that's where the video ends. Last week was it's the second week of the predictions. We got loads of views. We smashed 20 likes, but Dad beat me 8-4. So the previous week was a 4-all draw. Now he's beaten me 8-4. That leaves it at 12-8 for the season total. If we have any people that want to predict this weekend's fixtures, we'll shove you on as a guest. So we'll put a guest scoreline in the middle. But for now, we've got it as 12-8 to Dad. So I need to come back here. His main reason why he beat me by 4 points is because he got the Cologne versus Dusseldorf score right, which was 2-2. He predicted that correctly. I thought Cologne would win, so I lost out on that. But yeah, hopefully I can come back against him and I can put it back to at least 15-all. But that's going to be a tough ask. How many likes can we get on this video?
25?
25? You heard him. 25 likes on this video, please. Don't forget to subscribe. Currently on 249. So close to hitting that target for the end of the month. We want to hit 250 by the end of this month. Obviously, we've got plenty of time to get one more subscriber, I hope. But don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and share it with your mates. We want to grow the channel as much as possible. And I'll see you in the podcast on Thursday.